Alright, ladies and gentlemen, somebody asked me, and they've pretty much been pressing me to do something on the Panama Papers leak. Now, I knew that from the beginning to the end that this was somebody on the inside doing this, and I was waiting for the documents to basically say who, what, when, where, how, why, etc. Alright, so here's the situation. I don't know exactly if this is true because I don't think that these three run the whole goddamn world. I think they're puppets for the hires, and that's basically what I believe. Anyways, Soros, Rockefeller, and Rothschild. I'm not certain why his name isn't on there, even though he's in the picture. Own the company that is doing the Panama Papers leaks. This is actually kind of funny because they actually do kind of own the companies. And this is basically what it says here. All these organizations are basically managed by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. And basically the funders include the Ford Foundation, Carnegie Endowment, Rockefeller Family Fund, K Kellogg Foundation, Open Source Foundation, which is Soros, and several others that you know probably is the Soros Foundation and others. So basically what you do is you come over here and you look at what this actually says. And what this is basically saying here is that they basically are calling it the Mossack Fonseca Papers. But if you read this, worth any major, it basically says that all in all, the Western guys, Rothschild, Rockefeller, Soros, and others, are basically pinning all this stuff on all the other internationals, and basically, you know, that, let's see, who have I heard that is being leaked? Jackie Chan actually has some property or something that was associated with this. Clinton actually had something. That would be Hillary and not Bill, oddly enough. God, there's so many people I can barely keep it in my head. So, there are literally hundreds of thousands of people being investigated due to this. And I mean, The Guardian reports this too, and helpfully lists those countries as basically, and whoever did this basically broke UN sanctions to the regimes. So I won't basically be listing these so much, but basically these countries are also involved. Zimbabwe, North Korea, Russia, Syria, along with many, many, many others. And basically they say that, what'd you expect? The leak is being managed grandly and laughably named the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, which is funded and organized entirely by USA Centers for Public Integrity. Funders include, and then they list what they listed before. And it goes in to say the United Kingdom's involved, it has to do with corporate media, long list of other things. And if you're not familiar, and I apologize for not doing this in the first place, but what the Panama Papers are is basically a list of people and organizations including Walmart had a $76 million slush fund set up under various other groups and organizations. And what they are is it's papers on people's financials who basically had funds in certain organizations set up for basically rainy day or other situations. Now, the thing that nobody has explained to me is what makes any of this really illegal. I mean, this is no different than releasing people's tax records or stuff like that. I think that is the limit of the legality or illegality of this. So I have yet to be given the reasoning as to why this is so big. I understand that a lot of the money has been used for bad stuff. One of the things I heard was the money going into this organization that was actually doing all this, some of that money was used to funnel North Korea's nuclear program, so that's a big deal. But in and of itself, what this Mossack Fonseca proposal is, or papers were, is basically just a list of bank statements and various other things of people who have basically money in certain areas, and then those funds are being used for bad stuff. But basically, hundreds of thousands of people have read this post, and, you know, they know about this. So it's not a big deal to say that all these rich billionaires and millionaires are getting named for shady shit, because at some point or another, they probably screwed Rothschild, Rockefeller, and Soros. And guess what? All three of those guys are probably going to die, you know, before any of this really hits home for them, so what do they really care? I mean, Rockefeller's on, what, his 6th or 7th heart transplant? I mean, Jesus, that's insane. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, somebody wanted me to do the Panama Papers, so I did it. Thank you.